Okay, busy bees, so you have the Mickey Mouse gear, your bags packed, your hotels booked, your dining reservations are made. So what do you do now to prepare for your Disney World trip? So believe it or not, there are other things that you need to consider before bringing your little ones to Disney World or Disneyland. So let's get right into it. Hey busy bees, it's Mommy Leandra and welcome back to Mom is in the Mood. So my two boys have been going to Disney World since they were 6 weeks old and 6 months old. And the only reason why we didn't go earlier with Elijah is because of the pandemic, so Disney was closed. Let me know in the comment section down below after the video is done if you have any questions. So just a couple of things to think about before we get started. It is okay to take your little one to Disney World before they can remember being at Disney World. So I know a lot of moms and dads and guardians out there are a little hesitant to take their little ones, but trust me, if you have something to record these memories, regardless if that's a photo pass photographer that you can get, if you have your own cell phone or anything to capture these memories, it is worth it. Of course, that's totally up to you, but in my opinion, I do feel like it's totally worth it. So without any further ado, what you should know. Number one, know the height requirements. So this may be a given, but please check out all of the height requirements. The best park for little ones when it comes to height requirements is Magic Kingdom Park. It's the classic park where you have the Cinderella castle. But the reason why I said it like that is because, is it the best park for your little ones? I don't know. Let me know if you want me to do a video about that, because I would love to dive into that topic. Because the last thing you want to do is go all the way to the happiest place on earth and you get there and your child is just like 1 inch short. And here's another thing to keep in mind is if they cannot ride these rides, just let it be, okay? I have had people tell me in parks that their child has like big heels on just so that they can get onto, like, let's say Slinky Dog Dash or onto Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. If there's a reason that they can't ride that ride, let it be. And there are a lot of rides that my 2-year-old can go on. He's a pretty tall baby, so even at the age of, I would say, maybe 18 months, he was able to even go on Alien Swirling Saucers, which has a height requirement of this, because I can't remember off the top of my head right now. So you will be shocked what your child actually can ride. Knowing the height requirements will definitely help you choose which parks to lean towards, but don't let that be the end all be all, because all 4 of the parks have something that your toddler will enjoy. The next thing is to start associations right now. So what do I mean by that? Well, if we are in a grocery store, my son and I, Dominic, my older son, he will literally be like, oh, this line is so long. It's just like when we're at Disney. Kid you not. This is the child, obviously, who's been going since he was 6 weeks old. He may be a little brainwashed. That's a whole other story, but this actually works, because then when we do get into these like 2-hour, 3-hour lines, he's perfectly ready to go. Well, imaginary daughter of mine, can you believe how long this grocery line is? No, Mom, I can't. Oh my goodness. Please don't tell me that Disney's gonna be like this. Yes, unfortunately it will be like this. So let's get used to it. So something like that. And when it comes to the baby, of course, there's Rider Switch and all of these other helpful tools that Disney provides families in order to avoid having to wait in a long line with a baby who won't be able to ride the rides. Another association that you can make is watching videos like this one on YouTube. Just for fun, my 2 sons will literally just watch YouTube videos that are park walkthroughs where they hear the Disney music, they hear everything. When we get there, everything is still a surprise, because to be honest, let me know in the comment section down below if you've been to the parks, you know exactly what I mean. Like, you can buy as many scented candles as you want, as many souvenirs as you want. It's nothing like actually being in the parks. And we go a lot and the magic is still there for us, so just imagine that it would be okay. Let them watch those walkthrough videos so that they're prepared mentally. So we're prepared physically, right? We've looked at what restaurants we want to eat at. We've packed all of the cool Disney clothes and everything, but think about all of the mental factors that come into play when you go to a park for an entire day, from park opening to park close. If that's a lot for an adult, just imagine what that feels like for a child who may not have been in a place that has so many things to see and to smell and to touch. So that's really important. You do not want to overwhelm your child. Start associations right now. So when they see those characters, they are looking at them like, oh, okay, this is like the doll that I carry around. I understand that Minnie Mouse is here in front of me, because the last thing that you want as a mama or a papa is to bring your child all the way to Disney World Resort and they don't even want to get a hug from Minnie Mouse or Mickey Mouse. And hugs are back, by the way. I'm filming this in April of 2022, and I'm so excited that hugs are back. You want them to already feel comfortable because of those associations. Number 3, prioritize your parks and your rides. I am not kidding you. I have a list that I make where my family, okay, so including all of the adults that go with us, we have a list of all of the rides and shows we must do, or the babies will go nuts. Like, for example, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway is something that my toddler, my 2-year-old, absolutely loves. So if he's with us on a Hollywood Studios day, I know that we're going to have to go to the Chinese theater. Like, it has to happen because he loves that ride so much. So if you check out this video linked above, you'll see that I was with my 4-year-old that day and we were able to skip that ride. But his non-negotiable, Slinky Dog Dash. Then on the other side of the list, you list your, maybe we can do this. If we don't do it, it's okay. If we do it, amazing. I can't believe that I was able to get this all done while having a 3-year-old or a 5-year-old, or maybe you have like an older child who I still consider little ones. I'm a teacher, so anyone under the age of 18 is a little one for me. Today we are at Animal Kingdom. We are going to the Dino Land USA area first. If not first, then second, and we'll start here instead at A Bug's Life. So something like that. So you don't have to overly plan, because that can be super stressful, but see it as something that's a part of the fun. And believe it or not, your toddlers, they kind of know what they want. The maps are really bright and pretty, and they can point and see things on the map, even if it's like on your phone. Like, oh, I see a picture of a big tree. I want to go to the big tree. Like, let them have some ownership in it. This is why, like, when I go to Disney, we have really, really good days 80% of the time, because I kind of treat my kids like I'm assuming that they will remember the trip. Something else that you should know before you go is that there are so many things to do other than the parks. So think about a day for Disney Springs, or taking a break by the pool at one of the mini resorts. Think about even exploring outside of Disney. There's so many other theme parks. There are so many other attractions that the Orlando area has that are around Anaheim, right? There's so many things to do. Definitely consider those non-Disney park days, because you are going to need a break from all of the hustle and bustle of the parks. It can get really overwhelming. And by the way, if you do want some ideas on what those other Florida adventures are, definitely hit the subscribe button, because I would love to have you here, Busy Bee, because I know you always have a lot of stuff on your plate, but you taking the time to figure out what you need to do before you go to Disney really means a lot to me, and I hope that I can be helpful to you. Something else to do before you get to the parks is to identify all of the chill spots. So this could be the baby care centers. Know where all of them are. Some of them are in the front of the park. Some of them are located kind of near the front of the park, but not quite like it is in Magic Kingdom Park. So please, 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 even without a map, I want you to be a pro before you even get to the parks, okay? So do a lot of research. It's half the fun, at least for me. I love planning. If you're a mom or dad who doesn't like to plan as much, just definitely at least go to the My Disney Experience app. By the way, download that before you go, because that is super handy when it comes to Genie Plus, when it comes to knowing where everything is, using the maps, the wait times, everything. If I'm the first person that you're hearing saying this, or you're at the beginning of your Disney planning journey, well, first of all, thank you so much for stopping by. But second of all, the My Disney Experience app is so important. So know where those breaks are. So that could be going back to your hotel room in the middle of the day. I'm telling you, it's okay. There are a lot of people in the parks in the middle of the day, especially when you have toddlers with you, or even just like, let's say 5-year-olds with you. It can be so overwhelming to the fact where like we only go for day trips. Yes, we have that luxury because we live so close to the parks, but even if we didn't, I would definitely plan on staying at the resort for some time in the middle of the day so that you can get those naps in. That's really important. But also being able to have a stroller so that your child can lay all the way flat and relax, and also know where those like chill spots are. If you do want me to do a video on like finding out where those little hideaways are besides the baby care centers, please let me know. I would be happy to get that information to you. So, but while you're here, one spot that does come to my mind right away is like if you're in Epcot. In the country of China, you can walk into one of the main buildings where they have the panoramic show, and they have a spot where you can actually charge your phone, and they have mini benches where you can just like chill, relax, maybe put the cover over the stroller. And maybe if you do have that toddler who's a little bit older, like my son, so like 2.5, that gives them a lot of space to kind of run around and get out the wiggles too. And if you're looking for a double stroller that will help you in your next Disney or just road trip in general, I really recommend this stroller right here if you check out this video next. And I'm Mommy Leandra. I hope you stick around to Mama's in the Mood. And remember, I care.